Relations between families. As we already know, we can create as many family of records as we want in the system. So let's say I've created lots of different families of records. I've created one that's called, sectors, vehicles, salaries, and maybe I have other families that were already created, like projects, and maybe there's even processes. So I can also create relations between families and processes. When we create these relations, there's an additional table that's available with all the information of these relations. So for example, here I can see that the sectors are related to maybe to projects and also to processes. So in order to find this information, all I have to do is go to the table family relational, and I'm going to find all this information. First, I'm going to find a unique ID to identify each relation. I'm also going to find the name of the relation, and I'm also going to find the IDs that contain, the identification number of each one of the families. For example, here I have the ID of the family makes, and here I have the ID of another family that's called models. So basically here I have my relation between makes and models. The ID number 6 is related to my family makes, and my ID number 7 is related to my family models. Now, this is the relation with the ID 11, and here I have the IDs of the relation term. So this contains the ID of the relation term that I can add to the panel or to the records of the family makes or of the family models. So before I continue, I want to show my relations here. So I've got several relations in this platform, like policies, sales, dealers network. So I can click here, and here I can see my dealers network relation. I can see the map, and here I have a relation between makes and models. Here I'm storing information, for example, like Volkswagen, Tesla, Ford, and here the different models, for example, Model 3, Model 5, Ford Ranger, I don't know, the different models that we have for each one of these brands or makes. Now, besides this table called Family Relational, there's another table. It's called Family Relational Data. And this table contains one line for each related element. So for example, if I have two families of, makes and whatever, students, for example, in this example, there's students and courses. Well, here we're going to have one ID for each one of these relations between students and courses. So this table stores the information that indicates that the students are related to certain courses. In this scenario, we have an n-to-n relation, but it could be one-to-n or one-to-one. Here we can see an example. I've entered the table. It's called Family Relational Data, and I filtered where the relation ID is number 11. Okay, this is the relation I just showed in the platform where I had a relation between the brands and the models, the makes and the models. So here I can see I have my record for one of these makes. It's a record with the ID 4 of this brand called Ford, and we can see it appears twice here in this table. And besides, I also have the IDs of these elements. These elements belong to different family, where I have all the different models, and the IDs also appear here on this list. Okay, so here in this row, actually I have the element family ID 1. It would be the makes. I have it twice here because it's been related to two different vehicles, to two different models. So here we can see the IDs of this family and the IDs of the other family. So here we can see an example where I go to this table that's called Family Relational Data. And once I'm here, I can filter with the relation with the ID 11. And here we can see all the different elements that have been related. I have the relation ID that allows me to see that in this table, I'm only viewing the information of this specific relation between makes and models. And here I have all the different relations between the IDs of the makes and the IDs of the models.